conversation away from one I'd never want anyone overhearing. His knowing gaze lingers on me for another few beats before relenting in his teasing. He opens his mouth, but then stalls.
Are you nervous about meeting with this buyer?
Terrified, I admit with a laugh. Like, come on. I make homemade soaps in my parents' barn using herbs from their garden, wrap them in plastic, and sell them at the Christmas bazaar and the farmer's market. I don't know the first thing about this whole big business world. I'm going to make a fool of myself. I don't even understand what a buyer does. Margot wasn't much help when I asked her.
She chooses all the wonderful things they carry in store,
she exclaimed with glee. But when I asked how and why this Nordstrom buyer chooses what she does, Margot winked and said,
As long as she picks your wonderful thing, what does it matter?
A predictable answer from the enigmatic supermodel who has people falling at her perfect, beautiful feet wherever she goes.
I can help prep you if you want.
Henry's lips twist in thought.
But it might not be the right move for you.
What do you mean? It's Nordstrom. Where's he going with this?
This is your company, Abby. Your brand. No one else's. You get to call the shots. But do you want my opinion?
Of course. Always. Henry runs a multi-billion-dollar empire. There's no one's advice I value more, even if it's for my little soap business.
Don't be so quick to hand it over to anyone.
I frown. But I thought landing distribution in a department store is the end game.
Maybe, but in today's retail world, maybe not. You clearly have something people want. You're only just starting out, and look at all the demand you're already stirring up.
You mean that Margot is stirring up? She's been tapping into beauty industry connections that even Henry doesn't have.
She knows who to talk to, I agree.
Henry leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees.
But you don't want to lose control too quickly by signing contracts that handcuff you. Besides, a contract like that means you have to find a production facility, which means you risk manufacturing a subpar product because you can't possibly make that much by hand. That's something you want to work up to instead of getting thrown into.
So you don't think I should pursue this?
He hesitates. It's your company.
I groan with frustration. Henry, you've been involved with my company since this all started. Now you've decided to stay out of it?
Fine. I don't think you should take the deal.
His voice has shifted to that typical commanding tone.
You can have a highly successful business without your product ever touching a shelf inside a store, at least for now. My advice is to stay the course. Build your name on your own first. Retail store contracts will be worth that much more later.
I weigh Henry's words. Zahira seems to know what she's doing. In the time since Henry hired and paid for Nailed It to step in and help me make something of my hobby, I now have stylish packaging, a website, and a basic but perfect new name. Farm Girl Soap, for my legal company.
They're the best at what they do. That's why we went with them.
We? There was no we in that decision the day I got the phone call from Zahira. Henry ignores me.
She'll make sure it grows at a healthy rate that you're comfortable with, so you're not overwhelmed. Besides, you still have a degree to finish, right?
I wince at the reminder. I'm so behind. After my father's accident, when I knew I couldn't head back to Chicago to finish my last year full-time because my parents needed help, I enrolled in correspondence courses. I've barely touched the assigned work for this semester, too wrapped up in life with Henry.
You'll get there.
He takes my hand in his thumb sliding over the pearl.
And now you have a wedding to plan too.
A thrill radiates through me as I admire the ring again. My wedding to Henry, because Henry will be my husband soon. It still doesn't feel real, and I doubt it will until I'm walking down the aisle.